You're basically either poking fun of her mild insecurities or making her feel mildly insecure about something, such as her shoes, shirt, haircut. The key to doing this effectively is to make sure the insecurities are very mild. This technique is absolutely gold when it is done correctly. It is important to realize that you cannot pick something that she is genuinely insecure about. If the woman you're poking fun at is a little overweight, don't call her chubby whatever you do. The goal here is not to insult, but to demonstrate you're a confident, playful guy who likes to have fun. You can poke fun at her shoes, hair, funky outfit she has on. The possibilities are literally endless, and as long as you come across as non insulting, you're safe. I see a lot of guys mess up on this one by coming across as insulting. You should do this with a big smile on your face that shows you're only being playful. Reverse statement of in- intent. This is where you reverse the sexual intent roles by basically pretending she is excuse me, she is hitting on you. So when are you taking me out for dinner, polka dots? You know I'm pretty high maintenance. I expect you to take me to all the best restaurants and buy me all the best food. In a limo, of course. What kind of guy do you think I am? I'm not just gonna take you home and give you mind numbing orgasms and non stop adventure for nothing, you know. You have to buy me at least a few drinks first. Being over the top. I love being dramatic when interacting with women. If she hits on me, I'll put a shocked look on my face and say, ouch, really loud, then give her a playful shove. Playfully overcorrect, playfully overcorrect to things that happen during your interaction. Positive energy and happiness. This is the most important of all attraction tools I use. It is even so it is not even so much as a technique as it is a mindset, but I believe it to be of utmost importance when generating attraction with women. As a general rule, be 15 or 20% above her energy level. Make sure you're in a positive, upbeat mood, not just around hot women, but around everyone. Happiness is addictive. When I'm with a woman, I focus on having a great time first and foremost. I make sure I'm having a blast because I know if I'm having a great time, so will she by association. Mood transferring is a very real phenomenon. If you're around somebody who happens to be in a very bad mood, it'll almost always rub off on you. The same applies to positive energy. The more positive energy she feels while with you, the better. Having a positive, upbeat mindset is very conductive of flirting and teasing. In other words, if you can just concentrate on having a great time, you won't even need to focus on flirting and teasing. It'll happen much more naturally. Step 2, Kino. Kino stands for kinesthetic, which means touch in normal people speak. It's absolutely imperative that she be comfortable with your touch early on in your interaction. Incidental Kino, which is either accidentally brushing legs or arms, or touching her arm to emphasize a point, standing close to her with your arm touching hers, sitting close to her with your legs touching, brushing or pretending to brush something off her face, playfully pinching her cheeks, giving her a playful push or shove. Incidental Kino will be very easy for you, specifically because you already are physically comfortable with each other. Hello, you slept together. The point I want to highlight, though, is that you can't keep your distance from her, which would just make things awkward between the two of you eventually. I think back to some of the most awkward dates you had with women. I'm willing to bet money it was because there was no incidental kino to make her comfortable with you. The power of touch is amazing. With that said, I'm not recommending you hang off her. That would be completely counter to the non needy, secure man I have been prepping you to be throughout this session. Just don't be afraid to touch her in a masculine, secure way. Note, never look at your hand when touching her. It's subtly seeking permission. Direct kino, full front is which is like, a full frontal hug, holding hands, kissing, escort, arm in arm escorting, massage or tickling. Step number 3, taking things to the next level. If you're doing everything right up to this point, then there is little doubt in my mind that your ex will be overtly finding excuses to touch you, and she will also be teasing you too. That's a great sign. At this point, you really need to gauge her body language. The rule of thumb is not to put any more energy into interaction than she does. You don't want to work any harder or show any more affection than she is. You know she's being very receptive to your teasing if she starts lightly hitting you on the arm and telling you to stop while giggling. If you can get that sort of reaction out of her, you're in. The second sign I look for is the tranquilizer gaze. This basically this is basically when she stares at you and looks at your lips and then licks or pouts her lips. If she does this, she is sending you a clear signal to kiss me. Typically, when I'm out with a woman, I will gradually amp up the kino throughout the interaction. Of course, I'll start off with playfully pinching her cheeks or giving her a playful shove when she does something stupid, and I'll call her a dork at the same time. I'll progress I'll progress until she's either on my couch or my bed and I'm tickling her or giving her massage, which is direct kino. If she's letting you tickle her and she's laughing and having a great time, you can kiss her without fear of rejection. After the tickle progression, I've never been rejected. Also, if you decide to give her a massage, you will know to kiss her when she slightly tilts her head to the side. Women are always indirect. They just expect guys to pick up on these subtle cues. In actuality, or in reality, none of us really pick up on them. As opposed to jumping into a kiss, I like to breathe in her ear, gently bite it, smell her hair. Women find this immensely attractive. Once you're getting away with all that, it's really just a matter of tilting her head slightly towards you and kissing her. A lot of the time, you will find it will be your ex girlfriend initiating the kiss, provided you pumped her up enough with the teasing and playful kino. Miscellaneous tip: if you're at her place and not yours, spray a tiny bit of cologne on her bathroom towel or her bedroom pillow if you think you can get away with it without being caught. Obviously, spray a bit on. Anything more and you'll arouse suspicion. The scent will remind her of you and seriously cause her to miss you. When women are more stimulated by smell than us men, but to tell you the truth, I'm pretty stimulated by the smell of a woman. It always reminds me of good times and stuff like that. Anyway, so now we will be moving on to chapter 10, which is case study. So that'll be my next video. All right, and I hope you learned a lot from this so far, and meet me back right here for chapter 10. See you soon.